Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So it's the 5th episode of how to make a Plant vs Zombie style of game in Unity, and today we are gonna take a look at audio mainly and maybe some polishing, but I'm not too sure about that one. So it's mainly about audio and how to add more audio in the game, such as music and sound effects. And I have went to make some musics right there. Alright, which includes one for the ambient. So this will play in the background when someone will play the game. And then sound effects so that when a zombie or plant takes damage, then we can play those. If you have, you could pretty much just use any audio that you have with you, and the method will be the same. You could add more audio, as I'll show you how to do it. And yeah, so make sure to subscribe guys, leave a like and turn on bell notification if possible. Also, if you have any comments, any questions, just leave them down below in the comments down below. And before I forget, this tutorial, this project file will be available in the description down below for you to download. And yeah, let's get started. So let's just start by adding the ambient sound to the game. So it's really easy. So you just right click here in the hierarchy and go under audio and then audio source, and just rename it to whatever you want. I'll just rename it to background music. So background music. And then what you want to do is to drag the audio file here in the audio clip section. All right, and because this is the background music, so we want it when the game starts, the music should start, and it should also loop over, because this is a rather small file. As you can see, it's about it's less than a minute or so, I guess. Yeah, it's less than a minute also. So therefore what we do is make sure that play on awake is set to true and loop is set to true. All right, now if you save the scene and you just press on play, as you can see, it starts to play. Now what you can do is to decrease the priority a little bit. So let me just put it on play mode so you'll see the difference. As you can see, I'll have it like this, alright? So it's not like something that will distract the player from playing the game, alright? But you can still hear it. So when you're playing the game, you can focus on other things as well as hear the music. All right, so yeah, so here are the settings if you want to put that. And because this is mostly a 2D game, I'll have the spatial blend set to 2D, and this is right in the middle. All right, and if it was in a 3D world, you could have it in the 3D space so that it gets this illusion of spatial or ambient sound kind of thing. All right, but for me, I'll put it in 2D. And now let's just start by adding the sound effects to the other part of the game. So let's just create another audio source and name this sound effects. And here we want disable play on awake and loop, and have the priority a little bit higher than that of the background music with a higher volume. All right, and oops, this one over here, and yeah. So why we want to do that is, well, because this audio source, should be playing only when we want it to play. So when a zombie takes damage or something of this kind, then we want the audio source to play. All right. Alternatively, you could as well attach this audio source to a zombie prefab, and then each zombie has its own audio source. You know what? Let's just do that. So let's just go under prefabs and zombie. Let's just get the zombie, and over here, let's just copy that component and delete that from here, and then just paste that as a new, and then this zombie prefab is the audio source, and here just apply all right, and then do the same thing for the plant. Okay, so now each plant and zombies should in theory have its own audio source, and if we go into the script and to zombie controller, all right, where there is deal damage, now we'll play the sound. So here let's just have public and audio clip, all right, audio clip, and call this damage audio, and then here we'll have to access the audio source of this script, of this game object. Sorry, the way we do that is this dot get component audio source, here you go, dot play, and we want to, the play one shot, and we want to play the damage audio. So now this keyword, this accesses this script or this game object depending on how you use it. Now it's accessing the game object where the script is attached to, and then the get component allows us to find a specific script of this game object. So if you had another game object, let's say you had a variable accessory, okay, you could just do accessory that get component. This will be the same thing, and then we access the audio source component and we play one shot and we feed in the damage audio. Now so as we do not get any errors, if in case we forget to attach the audio component of this to this prefab, basically what we can do is we can add a requirement something here. So if we do require component, all right, and then we say type of, and then we say audio source, what this does is basically each and every time you add the zombie controller script to a game object, it will automatically add the audio source component to that object. So if I were to add the zombie controller, as you can see, there is no scripts attached to it. I add the zombie controller, as you can see, it automatically adds the audio source component. All right, now we save that prefab zombie here. I just lock that into the inspector here. Then we'll go here and plant damage. So this is the normal zombie. So let's just have the audio damage here. And now if we play the game so far, as you can see, now let's just decrease the audio a little bit so that it does not become too distracting again. So prefabs zombie, and let's just have the audio a little bit so high as priority, and 1 to 6. This is 1 to 9. Let's just have it as 110. So 0.110, and save everything. And if we play now, as you can see, it just fits perfectly. And now let's just do the same thing for the plants. So when they take damage, then you just have the audio source to play. So same thing, add the same thing on top of the plant manager. All right, and then just have the audio clip variable set. So damage audio, and then where damage is, where we are calling the damage function, just copy this line and paste that here. Okay, so now if we go about copying this component right here, copy that component and plant manager, and let's just paste that here, paste the values as that's what I'm gonna say. All right, so right click, paste values, and here let's just lock it again, and here white samples, and then plant damage. If we feed that here, damage audio, then if we play the game, I just take a sunflower, this won't attack. Oh, okay. Lala. Okay, there is a small problem here. Let's just go back to, where is it? Now stats. Nope, not that one. Background. Row 2. Nope. Here. Where's the plant? Here you go. So that's the plant object. And pitch. Okay, that's weird. Where is it? So deal damage and attack. So there is an attack interval. Okay. Yeah. Play one shot. Okay, so let's just try play. I guess that should work. All right, and then when you do play, you have to reference the audio clip directly here. I just play this a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit too long. So I'll just modify this sound effects and I'll be back. You know what, guys? Let's just do something else. So here, let's just go back to the plant prefab and let's just activate loop. And here, okay, we'll do if this .get component, same audio source. So we'll check if the audio source is playing. If it's not playing, then we'll ask it to play. Is playing. All right. Do not forget to put an exclamation mark in the front. This indicates not, which means the inverse of the Boolean expression. So if this will return to true, then because you've got a not in front, this will be false. So if it's not playing, all right, then we ask it to play. Else we do nothing, so no worries here. But now we also want to stop it, okay? And if you want to stop it, there are two ways of actually doing that. One is to disable loop here. If we go about disabling loop, then when the clip ends, it should in theory start again. So let's just test that out. As you can see, it just plays. Okay, we can let it like that, yeah. Yeah, we can let it like that. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. And if you wanted the second way of doing it, is to actually know when the zombie has stopped attacking. All right, and then you just call another method here that will stop the audio source, or you could just access the audio source directly here in this script and stop it this way. But now it's working, so we can continue using it. And save everything. So now that everything is working, as we know, there are three types of zombies: the normal one with the cone, and one with the bucket head. And if you look into the sound folders, I have three different types of zombie damages. One is the normal one. Oh, where is it? Here, normal one with the cone head, and another one with the bucket. Right? Each slightly different from each other. So what we can do is we actually, instead of keeping an array damage audio, just keep a list, all right, of audio clips called damage audio. And here, all right, here in the void deal damage, we don't want to play this, all right. What we'll do instead, we'll have to check, is this zombie a bucket head, a cone head, or is it a normal zombie? Okay, so if we go about zombie accessory manager, okay, this zombie scriptable object, okay, and let's just have an enumerator here. Okay, so what's an enumerator, you say? It's some kind of choice, so let me show you. But if we do public enum, all right, and then we write here zombie type, okay, and here we have normal zombie, all right, the cone zombie, I'll name it, and the bucket zombie, all right. So we have three types of zombies. And if we go here where it says accessory health, if we add public zombie type, all right, and call it zombie type, okay, what we can do is say, okay, so this zombie is a normal zombie, this zombie is a bucket zombie, or it's a cone zombie, all right. And that's really I mean, this is really helpful, especially in this case. So now if we go here and say, okay, so we'll do a shortcut if, or you know what, let's just use a switch case. So write switch, double tab, here just write this zombie so dot zombie type, all right. And as you can see, it automatically fills in each and every different options that you can have, all right. And for each one of them, you simply paste this thing here. Oh, sorry, leave the break, just paste that here on top and on top, and the default just leave it as is. And what we want to play, if we take damage audio, all right, here we could say, okay, so the first component of the audio is for the normal zombie, the second index basically is for the one with the cone, and the third index is for the one with the bucket head, all right. And if you want, you could just add an attribute here called tooltip, and in here say index 0 normal zombie, index 1 cone head zombie, and index 2 is the bucket head zombie. Alright, and if we go back into the editor and let's just find the zombie prefab, as you can see, if we go here into the damage audio and it should in theory add this tooltip. Okay, I don't know why it's not actually showing, but it should in theory. As you can see, this is a tooltip. That thing is a tooltip. It should have shown here, but for some reason it is not. Okay, whatever, that's not a problem. Okay, here you go. So index 1, index 2, and index 3, as you can see. And now if we go into the sample here, make sure to lock this into the inspector. If we go and search for the normal zombie, drag that here. For the cone head zombie, drag that here. And for the bucket head zombie, and drag this here. Alright. And don't forget to override and apply all. And then we modify the scriptable object for each zombies. So this is a default zombie. This is the cone head zombie. And this is the bucket head zombie. And if we save and take a look, as you can see, the sound is a little bit different. So now what we can do is, because we have 3 types of zombies, and basically these 2 types of zombies becomes a normal zombie once the accessory fall off, we can change the type of this zombie. And the way to do this is, if we go under update and we go here, add rigid body 2D to hand. No, wait, it's not there. Where is it? That's the head. Damage. Not equal to null. Take damage. Okay. So zombie accessories that take damage. So we have another. Okay, here you go. This is the manager. And okay, if we can access this health, all right, where's the health? If we can access this health, the current health, then we can change the zombie types dynamically. And let's just do it in a way. So zombie accessory. Are we destroying the accessory, or what are we doing? So take damage. Okay, we are destroying the accessory. So we can here void update. All right, what we can do is check whether or not the accessory is actually missing from the variable name accessory. If it is missing, this means that it has been destroyed. Then we can change the zombie type. So if we do this accessory equals to null, all right, then this zombie scriptable object dot zombie type will equal to zombie type dot normal. So now if we play this, and let's just have pea shooters everywhere. As you can see, the sound has changed. And if we go in the editor, as you can see, just click on that zombie. Where are you? That's the zombie clone. As you can see, it's missing, it's null. Therefore, the zombie scriptable object has changed, and therefore it uses this one, right? And if we click on this one, as you can see, there is a bucket, which means it is using the bucket one. As you can see, it just changes. So now what we can do, because we have finally added some sounds to the game, all right, now we can start polishing the game and have more features to come in the next episode. So let's just add the card refresh. So if you've played Plants vs Zombies before, you'll know that when you cannot like repeatedly just set plants, just buy them right now. Okay, you cannot do that. When you place a plant here, there's a certain refresh that goes like for the plant, basically for the card. All right, so let's just do that and console that. Sorry. Okay, so if we go into the plant card manager, plant card scriptable object first, and here let's just, oh, we already have the plant cooldown. Okay, so we can then use this. So we'll use the plant card manager, add plant card. Wait a minute, perhaps plant card. So that is the plant card manager. So okay, so this is the one that we should use. So on pointer up. Oh yeah, on pointer up basically. If it's holding plant. Okay, so here we want to disable plant before cooldown has finished. All right. So what we can do is here. Let's just have an I enumerator. So public I enumerator, a cooldown basically. Call this card cooldown. All right, and let's just take a float cooldown duration. And here let's just have yield return new. Wait 4 seconds. Wait 4 seconds. And we want to wait for the cooldown duration. And now let's just add some boolean here. Call this is cooling down. Right. So now if we go here, and this is set false, and here and that. Oh wait, you know what? Let's have it here. So if I just have it here, guys. So if A is cooling down, then we want to return. All right. So we will stop execution of the script right here. So instead, let's just have it here, okay, and remove it from here, and here, just add it here, and remove it from here. Okay, sorry. Now, so what that does is, if A is cooling down is set to true, then we stop execution because we don't want to be able to take the plant. All right. So here we'll do is cooling down, set that to true. All right. And here is cooling down, set that to false. And here we'll just do start routine, and we want to start the cooling down. Card cooldown routine, is that right? Yep. Then we can feed in the cooldown. So okay, plant card scriptable object dot cooldown. There you go. And what we can do is also, here you go, we can have an animation to play. So let's just test this real quick, and then we'll add the animation. So if we make sure that the plant cooldown is set for each card, so cooldown 1.5 to, yeah. So this is 2 seconds. The pea shooter, let's just have it at 5 seconds. The walnut to 3 seconds. Potato mine to 10 seconds. You could play with the numbers, guys. This is not optional, but you could play with the numbers. And if you want, you could also just set that to 0, so there is no cooldown. So let's just test this out. So if I take that, okay, as you can see, I cannot take it back. after a certain amount of time, I can then take it. So let's just try and visualize it now with animation. So I just have the animation to play in the cooldown itself. Yeah. Or we could also have it in here. So the card holder is in here. Card. So I just try and do the animation and we'll see how to do it. So if we add an image on top, which actually covers the whole count. Yeah, I just have it like that, and I just add a mask here. Okay, so now let's just rename this to refresh and apply. Basically, what the mask does is it prevents the sprite from being seen outside of the parent object. So yeah, and here if we play with the settings, as you can see, this is good. We can then have it like that. Okay, you could just have it as any color, but I'll have it as black. Make sure everything looks fine. And yeah. So now, if we leave it here, as you can see, we can pretty much decrease the size to 0. All right, we could decrease the size to 0 from a maximum. So this is 0 to a maximum, which is about 150. So 0 and 150 will be here, as you can see. So we'll just do that. So we'll just override and apply, and the card manager. Here, let's just have a public float for vector 2, the size or height. All right, and I just have another tooltip here. All right, this tooltip will indicate which is which. So X here would be maximum height, and Y minimum height. As you can see, we'll have the 2 1 here. So this will be 0, and this will be 150. And if we go here, what we can do is try to decrease the height from 0 to 150. All right, we need time, and this is really easy to do. All right, one way of doing that would be to make a for loop here. All right, for loop, and for I equals to 0 equals to height dot x all the way to height dot y. All right, and let's just have it like that. And instead of an integer, we can have this float. All right, and then let's just copy this. All right, and then put it here. And here we'll do. Okay, so let's just have a reference here. Public image. All right, so public image. Just run this conversion. We'll fix this error in some minutes. So image, call it refresh image. All right, and the reason this is being underlined is that we're not using the appropriate namespace here. So duplicate this one. All right, dot UR. Once you add this, as you can see, it solves the image, the error, and we'll do refresh image dot height dot red transform dot size delta. All right, we'll go to new vector 2 to new vector 2, and this will be the x. For the x, we want it to remain same. So we'll do refresh image dot right transform dot size delta dot x, and for the y, we want to actually have it as I. All right, but now we cannot wait for the cooldown duration because this is too much. So let's just say it takes 10 seconds. All right, if it takes 10 seconds to fully cool down, then we want to have a refresh about every 15 seconds, basically. Then we just do cooldown divided by the height dot y. All right, height dot y is the maximum height or the minimum height in this way, and the cooldown duration is how much time we want it to actually stop. And if we refresh everything, drag this here, as you can see, and save everything, override apply all, and delete that here. And before I actually forget, this should start out with 150. Save. Now, if we play the game, let's take that. As you can see, it kind of refreshes. Until it refreshes, as you can see. Now I cannot take that. But let me just try and see the problem here. Where is it? So that's the refresh. Okay, so the bottom is 0 and 150. Okay. So the red size delta x, and that's that one. Yeah, so I finally managed to fix it. So simply have it as 150 here, all right, and like that. And in here, simply change this to an anchored position, all right, and a new vector free, and this should in theory work. So if I take this, okay, what's going on right now? Nice. Okay, that makes no sense, guys. Okay, let's just have it as 0 here, 0 here. And then 150 here. Oh yeah, okay, so now it's okay. So let's just go here and refresh. Make sure this is also set to 0. Save that. And now everything should be working. So if I take that As you can see, I cannot take it right now, but when it finishes I can take it. As you can see, everything just works, guys. And yeah, as you can see, so you cannot take it when it's cooling down, but once it finishes you pretty much can do whatever you want. And yeah, I guess this is pretty much everything for today, guys. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And before you go, guys, do not forget to check the description for a link to this project available to download. If you have anything you want to add, any questions, queries, anything you just want to say, feel free to add them in the comments down below. And yeah, bye.